This was Palm Springs, California. This was people with disabilities and their families protesting against Trump and Musk's cuts to services for disabled people at the office of their Republican Congressman Ken Calvert.
No cuts to Medicaid. This message echoed outside Congressman Ken Calvert's Palm Desert office Monday afternoon. For Nancy Stevens, these cuts are a matter of life or death.
I have a disease that affects every single part of my body, and I'm supposed to be in a nursing home just resting and recovering, but I'm here to be a voice for nursing home residents and to be a voice for disabled people.
No way! Medicaid is here to stay.
It was the culmination of a rally attended by about 1,000 people in which supporters of Medicaid, many of them disabled, called on Representative Kim to reverse course. Tom Dominguez's daughter Isabella has Down syndrome.
Without Medicaid, Isabella's independence is threatened. She could lose the services that help her eat, move, communicate, grow, and live the full life she deserves.
We can! Yes, we can! Yes, we can! Yes, we can! Yes, we can!
Protesters across California, including right here in this area, made their voices heard today.
That's right. They're rallying outside Republican congressional offices, demanding lawmakers rethink proposed cuts to Medicaid. Many say that could threaten their access to health care. In Modesto, as you see, hundreds of people gathered outside Congressman Tom McClintock's office, sharing their personal stories and pleading for protections to Medi-Cal, which is the state's version of Medicaid. A federal budget plan backed by House Republicans could cut more than $800 billion from the program over the next decade.
I rely upon Medi-Cal and IHSS and the services that provides that allow me to live independently in my home.
For the second time in a week, protesters rallied right outside Congressman Kevin Kiley's office.
This time, hundreds of demonstrators were urging Republican congressmen to block cuts to Medicaid.
Now, the program is expected to absorb an overwhelming share of reductions. So this after congressional Republicans just passed a budget cut worth at least $880 billion through 2034. So demonstrators, they tell Fox 40 this would be devastating to seniors and those on disability who have relied on Medicaid for years now.
I need you to put yourself in our shoes. Imagine someone putting limitations on your choices. Independent and community is often the first for fundings to be taken away from us, the last to be considered. We are not an afterthought. We demand to be heard. We deserve to be treated with respect and dignity.
More than 100 disabled people, their family members, caregivers, and community allies rallied outside Congressman Darrell Iss's office in Santee. Organizers say this is part of California's first statewide movement led by people with disabilities, urging Congress not to cut Medi-Cal funding.
Tell the congressman, hands off Medicaid, put away that cutting blade, hands off Medicaid, 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 that cutting blade, hands off Medicaid.
So as a proud disabled woman, it's really amazing to see our allies. Oftentimes it's really hard to have allies in the disability community.
Tony Saya is an associate professor at San Diego State University. She doesn't rely on Medi-Cal, but wants to show her support for people who do.
If we don't have Medicaid, it kills disabled people. This gives us access to in-home supports, the ability to get jobs, the ability to be active members of our community. So if funding is cut, that means we can no longer be in the community in a variety of ways. So we die. We go back to institutions.
First at 5, fighting for their benefits. Protesters in front of Congressman David Valledeo's office say they risked arrest as they demand the congressman vote no on any legislation that would lead to Medi-Cal and Social Security cuts.
Why are so many people coming out here today?
Well, we see that there have been many people that have come, not only here from Kern County, but also from all over the state, because we know that these Medi-Cal cuts that the Congress is attempting to do is going to affect everybody.
Huerta has been at this for a while, from the farm worker protests in the 60s to the present. And the civil rights leader was even willing to be put in handcuffs if law enforcement considered the gathering an unlawful assembly. You're 95 years old now, and you're willing to be arrested today.
Well, we want to make that statement, and when you get arrested, you have your rights taken away from you. It's a humiliation, but you know, this is what people will be feeling, and much more so when they get all of these cuts that are going to affect their lives.
Healthcare! What do we want now? What do we want? Healthcare! What do we want now?
Thanks to programs like Medicaid, IHSS, and Social Security, my son has access to the care he needs to thrive. These programs aren't luxuries, they are lifelines. They are a foundation that holds up families like mine and so many others across California and across this country. These programs have given my family a chance at life.
The Central Valley, including here in Fresno, protesters took to the streets in opposition of potential cuts to Medicaid.
Tonight, a group of people with disabilities and their loved ones gathered at the Chico office of Congressman Doug LaMalfa today to protest a spending plan that would cut Medicaid funding by $880 billion over 10 years. That's about 29% of state-financed Medicaid spending per recipient.